Hi guys, welcome back. I am excited to be filming this video today. It's been so long since I filmed my last video. I actually filmed way before it actually went up. So it's fun, but kind of like a little weird to be sitting in front of the camera again. But yeah, let's not let me ramble because I can do that. And let's just jump in. So you clicked on this video because you are interested in the Supergoop. I should know the name. This is the Supergoop Daily Dose Vitamin C and SPF. So, all in one. And we are going to get into that because that is kind of one of the big things I think that you are probably here for. But before I get going, let me just kind of give you a background about me and what my channel is about. So, I am an everyday person. I do happen to have a skincare company and I do formulate my own skincare. That said, I don't formulate SPF. SPF and sunscreen, the same thing. They are very complicated, very nuanced. They are also in the US FDA approved, so you have to go through a lot of steps. Not to say that that's a bad thing, that's a very good thing. But you have to also have a lot of money to put out an SPF. So I don't do that. I don't probably ever want to do that. I mean, never say never, but not right now. But I do know about skincare, obviously. And I'm also more of like an everyday person. I mean, everyone is an everyday person. But I like to think of this channel as kind of who you would go to in your friend group or maybe your family, somebody that you know like loves skincare and SPF, and get their advice from. So that's what I'd like this channel to be for you, and I hope that you are here and that you stay. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and let's jump in. Okay, so you know me, I gotta put my hair up, especially if I'm putting sunscreen on. Okay, I have nothing on my face right now. Well, that's not true. I kind of did my morning routine already, so just wash my face a little, water, and then some serums and moisturizers. And I wanted to actually show you putting this on and kind of talk through the ingredients and everything. So what we are going to do is we are going to do a very scientific exploration with my 1/4 teaspoon. So people say you need 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon on your neck and face, and that is giving you the proper dosage. So we're gonna do 1/4 today, and I'm gonna show you what that means. So that's 1 pump, 2 pumps, 3 pump, 4 pump, 5 pump, 6 pump, 7 pump. I mean, this is almost, let's go with that because I don't want it to spill. Alright, so I'm going to be putting this on my face, and I'm going to also kind of talk you through just the ingredients and kind of the basics. So this is a vitamin C and sunscreen. It has an SPF of 40. It also has 10% of 3-O-ethyl ascorbic acid. I can't say ingredients. You would think I would be better at it, but maybe one day. And I'm just kind of dipping my finger in and putting it on, so there's no rhyme or reason to this. It also is a chemical sunscreen, so that means that the filters are chemical versus mineral, and those filters are avobenzone, homosalate, octosalate, and octocrylene. So if you have any sensitivities to those, just kind of be warned. They do call them clean filters, which is an interesting, it's just kind of a clean beauty gimmick in my opinion, like marketing ploy. Okay, I'm just gonna pour this in. So I don't really like that. We'll get off on a good foot of me telling you what I don't like. But yeah, so those are the ingredients, and they really market this as a serum. So they say that use it as the serum in, hold on, I'll read you the exact what they say. Okay. If this is the only SPF product in your skincare routine, apply generously and evenly as your serum step, 15 minutes before sun exposure. So yeah, that is the recommended way to do it. And I have just finished putting it on my face. You can see I have quite a bit of a glow, and I have been using this for about a week. I'm going to insert my before picture, and I plan on doing a follow-up video of using this for 30 days. That said, I might run out by 30 days. So that'll be an interesting follow-up to see. But this is the before, kind of like my face if we're looking at it in terms of discoloration and dark spots. With the vitamin C, that's kind of the main point. So in 30 days, I want to see, using only this sunscreen, I want to see kind of the difference, and I will update you guys when I do that. All right, so next step, I normally would talk about the ingredient breakdown, and I'm not going to do that today. And the main reason that I'm not is because, like I said before, sunscreen is super nuanced. I don't have enough experience with the chemical filters to really break down the sunscreen ingredient list in the way that I would feel is useful. I also, when they add in a vitamin C, it's like a whole nother beast. Vitamin C formulations are considered one of the trickiest to formulate because they're very sensitive to a lot of different factors. And then when you combine it with the SPF, I just don't feel qualified to tell you exactly what it's all about. So I will stick to doing that with more skincare, not SPFs. But I can still tell you my favorite SPFs when it comes to it. So the next thing that I typically do is give you kind of my pros and my cons. So the pros for this one is it is super lightweight, and I don't think anyone is really going to get much of a white cast. So that's great. But it's also a chemical sunscreen, and most chemical sunscreens, it's pretty easy to not have a white cast. So I'm giving them like some brownie points, but I'm not going to rave about it because it's kind of like a basic thing to me. The other thing that I do like about it is that it's fragrance free. That is a big one for sunscreen. There's absolutely no reason a sunscreen needs SPF. I get it when it's maybe your skincare and you want to indulge a little bit, but for sunscreen, it's just kind of a utilitarian product, and you don't need fragrance. And I have some that have fragrance, and it kind of like borders on like me liking it and disliking it depending on the day. The last thing, I know it's only 3. The last thing that I do like about this is it gives you this glowy look, and it's probably not the glowiest one out there because I know they have the glow screen, but it's a nice, like, especially in the winter, I like it. So yeah, that's where my pro list ends. And then I have a page of cons. So let's get into that and break it down a little bit. So I think the biggest thing that I dislike about this is what it is, that's kind of funny. Like, if I dislike the whole product idea, that's a problem. They are combining vitamin C, which is a highly sought after product. People like just go nuts over vitamin C, and I mean it works for a lot of people. I have thoughts on that, but they're combining that really highly sought after product with another highly sought after product, which is sunscreen. And I think that's a bit of a marketing ploy. I think people want to have that one step, one thing that that's all they need. And I don't think it's that simple. I think you're better off spending money on separate products and being able to use them to the full extent and the way that they need to be applied to get the most out of your money and then your skin. So when I say that, I think I've mentioned it in other videos, but I don't really like combining skincare into makeup or sunscreen because it's just, people don't use enough usually to get the desired effects. And that goes for both the vitamin C and the SPF. And that also brings me back to my point of the teaspoon. So this is a 1/4 teaspoon, and I needed 7, probably 8 drops. And you know, like, it covered my face, but that's it. I didn't get down my neck, I didn't get my ears, I didn't get my hands, that kind of thing. And I guarantee that nobody is putting 7 to 8 drops. Maybe if they're not like a skincare junkie like me, they're probably not putting it on their face every day. And furthermore, if they are, they're going to be running out of this before like the 30 days is up, which they have like a subscription service, which is another tricky thing that they do. And it kind of hooks you into having to use it and repurchase $46 worth of it every 3 months, every 30 days. Another thing, which is probably the biggest thing, and I didn't even mention this, I got too excited. This is 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters, and it is $46. I mean, like, I don't have words for that. No word. Basically, what I'm trying to say is it's very expensive. There are cheaper alternatives out there. I think you could probably get a really nice vitamin C serum and then a sunscreen and probably be close to, maybe a little bit over, because vitamin C is expensive. The other thing I already mentioned is that I'm not really a fan of mixing skincare with SPF. I don't think it's necessary. I think it confuses people, and unless they're really well educated in it, they tend to kind of not use it properly. Okay, another really interesting thing. When I first got this, okay, you can see the size of the packaging. It's really small. It's cute. It looks like a little bomb. But the packaging actually kind of sucks. I mean, not like that. That comes off easily. If you have arthritis in your hands, I don't think this is going to be an issue. The pump shouldn't be an issue either, but it is an issue when you start like using it, because you pump it out, and then sometimes like I went to do it like this instead of leaning it over, and it kind of just didn't work, and my hands got all messy, and I think it's marketing and it's supposed to look cute, but I don't think it's as effective as just a normal squeeze tube. And the biggest thing, which I've touched upon, but I really want to emphasize, I don't like the fact that they are, in my opinion, preying on people's love and desire for a vitamin C that helps with discoloration, fighting free radicals, all these things with SPF, which people know, like, you want to use it every single day, sunny, cloudy, snowy, all that kind of thing. And so I think that they are preying on those desires by combining it into one and then sticking a pretty hefty price tag on it. And I think it's a bit disingenuous of the company. I think they could do better. It also requires so many steps to really get the full protection. And people could definitely use this wrong. If you think about your skincare routine that maybe either you've learned or people have told you, you typically go in an order that goes like, you wash your face either just with water or a cleanser, and then the next step is going to be your actives and your serums. So those are the lightweight, they get absorbed really quickly, and then your moisturizer kind of locks it all in. And then even an oil like a facial oil, like I use rosehip seed oil, that goes on last, which is kind of counterintuitive. But it is kind of the preferred order of operations, if you will. And so when they say that this is a serum, people, and even their instructions on the website, people think, okay, I need to be using that in the beginning of my skincare routine. And that's actually 100% wrong. Your SPF should be the last thing you put on your face before you go outside or stay inside, whatever. It's the last step. And so I think that this could get confusing for people, and I don't like that they don't market it better, but they market it exactly like they want to, like, oh, it's a fancy serum with vitamin C. So it's not my favorite. I think I've covered everything I wanted to say. Editing Dana here. I forgot to add one more con, and I only realized it as you can see later in the day and while I was editing. The SPF, it really is, as a serum, it is meant to be covered with something, because I find my face is way too sticky throughout the day. Like, it does not lose the tackiness, so it kind of serves as a primer. This is really not going for me, but whatever. It really serves more like a primer feel than something you would just be happy to throw on and like go out all day. And I'm saying that in the middle of January when it is cold and like 0% humidity. Well, that's never the case in North Carolina, but you know what I mean. Like, if I were wearing this in the summer in North Carolina, there's just no way. Like, my face is literally like, there's tackiness to it, and it would drive me crazy in the summer. So add that to the list of cons. Sorry. All right, guys. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot. Okay, I did have two alternatives, and I say alternatives, but they don't have vitamin C, so like it's like half the thing. But as I said before, I'm not a huge fan of mixing them. I think you should just, if you're going to use a vitamin C serum, just buy one. There's some really great ones out there. I know people rave about the SkinCeuticals one. I personally, I think sunscreen is enough. If you really have a lot of discoloration, I would say actually go to your dermatologist and get a chemical peel, because those are going to be the most effective of your time and your money, and then you don't necessarily need a vitamin C serum every day. But that's just me. I can't tell you what to do. That's just what I do, and I've found really good results with that. And I don't need peels at all anymore. I just use sunscreen now. So, tangent over, I am going to show you the alternative sunscreens. I have two right here. They are both, well, I think they're actually Korean and Japanese, but they're kind of like in the vein of K-Beauty, and they are really beautiful sunscreens. You've probably heard about this one before. This is the Biore UV Watery Essence SPF 50 PA+++++. This ranges, but I would say around $10, and I think you can get it nowadays like on Amazon as well as on YesStyle, which is where I typically buy stuff. If you buy stuff on YesStyle though, you probably pay for express shipping, otherwise it's going to take like a month or so. This is a really beautiful one though, and a lot of people have been raving about this for years because, as you can see, oh, it's gone. It feels like water, and it's just really nice. My thing that I don't love about it, I can't use it consistently, like every single day, because it has a little bit too much of an alcohol kind of scent to me, and I do feel like my skin gets dried out a little bit with that. But again, it could be perfect for you. The other one that I really, really love, oh, and I should mention, this is 50 mils, so we have 30 milliliters, 50 milliliters, $46, $10. Granted, no vitamin C. The next one I have, I'm sorry, this is 55 milliliters. The next one we have is Shiseido. This is all in another language, Japanese, I believe. This is the Shiseido Senka Mineral Water UV Gel SPF 50 PA++++. Got it. This is 40 mils and it's about $10 as well. This one is tiny. They're roughly the same size. This actually has more though, and a lot less expensive. And I will show you just why I love it. I'm not putting a lot on, but look at that. It's just, this one is one of my absolute favorites. It just goes in beautifully. Has a light scent, but it's not anything overwhelming. And like I said, I don't love scents in it, but I will deal with it kind of as an alternative for like a more serum-based sunscreen. So guys, that is it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope I was succinct. I hope it's like talking to your best friend that knows about skincare. And I will see you in 30 days when I do a wrap-up of this sunscreen. And so be sure to subscribe if you want to see that, and I will see you then. Bye guys.